Hello and welcome to the very first and probably very last non-delta analysis looking at UFI, a psychic and electric type, which is a almost unique typing. The only other Pokemon with this typing is Alolan Raichu, so basically uh, unique. Its stats are 100 across the board. It's like standard pre-gen, like 6 mythical spread. Um, Good stats, good speed, good defense, good special, good decent everything. Everything is okay. Um, so it's basically what you're used to with base 100 across the board. It's good, period. Um, Looking at its abilities, it gets okay. This is where it gets a little crazy. It gets the ability Event Horizon, which means if you make contact with this Pokemon with a contact move, you are unable to switch. You're trapped in the in on the field. So basically, um, don't touch this thing, or you're forced to stay in until you die, or this thing, or either of you die, or the switches out, I guess. Um, and UFI takes a lot of like it abuses this so much. If you get basically like I'll get into it later, but if you trigger this ability, you're basically done. Like unless you are able to deal with this thing, you are done. Like actually done. And even if you can't deal with this thing, like can you really deal with this thing? It's based on 100 across the board. But yeah, and you'll see what I mean. Some utility moves. It gets still into screens for support. It gets which like it's good support, but generally Tailwind is kind of mad. Screens can be good. Taunt prevents opponents from using status moves. Very good on this Pokemon. Defog to remove hazards. Could be good. Nano Repair. I'll get back to Nano Repair in a second. Wish. Wish support. Always appreciated. Trick. Trick Scarf things can be useful. Like especially if you Trick Scarf something into something really bad, like a physical move or a contact move that forces them to stay in and use that move every single turn, that can be devastating for anything. If it's like, it can be devastating just in general. U-turn, Volt Switch for pivoting, always good moves to have. Baton Boss, same idea. Although Baton Boss can do a lot more because I think it's a ton of setup. But as long as if you can stat pass, that's gonna be really good. And Wormhole is a special psychic move that has priority, based on 40 priority moves, standard priority things. So Nano Repair is a healing move. It heals 50% of your HP, but on top of that, it gives you a defense boost. That's insanely broken. That's like actually low-key really broken. Because any physical attacker, you just recover spam and you take less and less and less damage every single turn, except for the crits. We don't assume crits. Because if you assume crits, this thing is beatable. If you don't assume crits, it's not beatable. Okay, this is the being a horrible human being materialized as a set in Pokemon set. Um, yeah, it just yeah yeah it kind of just exists. Narrow repair, calm mind. You should push both your defenses. Stored power to just do insane damage with like max fist def, max special attack, max special defense. Dazzling clean for dark types. You can run focus blast for dark types if you want to miss, I guess. You can run taunt if they don't have a dark type. You just prevent status, add like any status. Rest, you can run rest as well if you want, like over something. If you want, like, it's mostly just for status. Like, if you get toxic, you want to get rid of that. Uh, but this thing just snowballs so quickly because recovering boosts defense, calm mind boosts special defense, and special attack. Store power does so much damage. You can run psychic as well. You have a thunderbolt stab, volt switch stab. You don't really use it. You can use this as a pivot, but this is the optimal set. No questions asked. It is the best set you can run on this thing. It can absolutely destroy entire teams if they don't have a way to deal with this consistently. You're forced to play around this. You're basically unable to use like physical fighting type moves the entire game. If you get predicted, you lose the game on the spot. Like there, there's no. It's so disgusting how much this thing forces your play, prep, anything. It's so broken. Oh my god, it's actually disgusting. Like you can run a more pivoty set. Just run screens, volt switch, uh, something you can like wish stuff up. But it's like all those sets are usable, but not nearly as good as this set. It's actually just crazy. Um, so yeah, basically this is the main set you want to run. I don't even have a second set. This is all you're gonna like. If you see this thing, you're not worried about any set but this. Like if it's any set but this, you're gonna be relieved because this is the worst one you could ever face by far. So yeah, that's UFI. Very good Pokemon. Generally speaking, should be banned in normal OU formats. Uh, yeah, yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So yeah, this is not the last video I have in uh, like soon. I have one more video planned, and then I'm basically done. So yeah, see y'all when I decide to drop the last video. It should be like a day after this drops on Sunday. One should be on Saturday. The next one should be on Sunday, if I planned this correctly. So yeah, see y'all then. Goodbye.